The biggest problem with amateur cycling today is really three parts, and in Cinch and in the Cinch or in the form performance method, for me, there's something I call confidence, and that's ability, skill, and direction. With each rider, I try to break down like what they're doing and what they've done, and sort of like how does that relate to this confidence. I call it ASD, or the abbreviation is ASD, right? So it's like what ability, what skill, what direction do you have for each thing? And I think that in amateur cycling, most people are out there practicing the sport without even looking at those three components. And when I first started coaching, one of the bits of feedback I got when people called me up on the phone and asked for help with is that I don't have any confidence. I don't really know what I'm doing with cycling. I don't have confidence in the group rides. I don't have confidence in the races. I don't have confidence. So every person, every potential and current client that I've worked with, definitely in that confidence, ASD, they're completely disconnected from what they're doing, and those three components. For example, I might have someone that calls me up or, is interested in coaching and says, I want to get better. And I say, okay, well, what do you want to get better in? And then they tell me like all the races they've won and how good they are. And I immediately kind of get on the offensive with that person. And I say, okay, well, why are you on the phone with me? If you're winning all these races and you know exactly what you're doing, then why are you calling me? And they say, well, I don't know how I'm doing it. And I don't feel like I'm getting better. I'm like always winning my Cat 4, but I want to go to Cat 3. So that person is missing completely direction. They might feel, yeah, I'm very high on the ability scale. I'm very high on my skill set section, but my direction, I don't know what I'm doing. And for that person, they're ambitious. They want to go to the next level. So a lot of people in amateur cycling, they want to go to the next level, but they don't have the direction to go there. And what they don't know is they also don't have the new skills and the higher ability that they need for that new level. But because they don't have the direction, they don't even know that they don't have those things, and they don't know that they need to have those things. So I feel like that's the first problem. The second problem is people don't look at ability and skill, right? So they don't look and see, where is my current ability and how does that match up to what I'm currently doing and what do I want to do? This is huge. A lot of people just kind of look in the short term and they say, well, I was shelled on this group ride, or I'm dropped in this race. They don't look and say, okay, what part of ability am I missing? Is my ability far below the people that I'm racing at? Or racing with, they don't even look there. They almost kind of blame the other people and they say, well, those people don't have jobs, or those people, they've been racing for a long time. They just kind of make an excuse instead of saying, oh, look, like those people have these zones and I don't have it, right? Like I need to raise my zones, right? And usually what most people, all they need to do is create zones. Most people just don't even have them. They have a big enough engine. They just don't have those pegs on the ladder to do anything with that engine. And the last part of that's wrong with amateur cycling is the skill. A lot of people don't even look at skill, and this is amazing to me because cycling is a real sport. There is a game and there's rules to the game, and if you don't know the game and you don't know the rules and you don't build skills or have skills to go with the rules in the game, you can't play. And a lot of people, they go to play cycling and they don't participate in the actual game by the rules. They ride at the back of the peloton. They don't change their cadence. They don't change their body position. They don't change their zones. They don't practice power control. They just bleed power all over the place. You can't just get up on a football field and huck a football at a bunch of people and expect the other guy to catch it and get a touchdown and call yourself a quarterback. But in cycling, people buy the bike and they get the clothes and they do a bunch of 20-minute intervals and FTP tests, and they think, well, I can play cycling now. No, guys, you need to know the rules and you have to build skills around the game and around the rules. You can't just build whatever skills you want. And the last thing that's kind of wrong with cycling is that a lot of the people that are like in a sort of a leadership position in the sport, they learned it from people that don't actually know the sport. So, you know, there's like this Tour de France version of cycling, which is the real sport that's going on. And then there's all these group rides and all these local rides with Cat 1s and Cat 2s or whoever. They're just really strong people that just ride super hard. And everyone says, okay, well, that's cycling. You just get on the front of your Peloton and pull as hard as you can till no one's there. That's not the sport. So, you know, really, again, look at those three things: ability, skill, and direction. And I think that that's what most or all amateur cyclists should start looking at and saying, okay, like I need these three things for me to really continue and grow in the sport of cycling.